Hey everyone, welcome back to a self-defense video in mass control. I have not done security like as a bouncer, which are the real heroes and the real people who put their skills to the test. But I will say that I have worked in mental health, and I have worked with a lot of clients that hit first, or they literally thinking Jesus is telling them to stab you. Literally, I have ran across people that way. Some people say, what do you do? First thing first, if you take away the hands of any person, if that means two hands on their hands, that's two hands that will keep them from going to their pockets just in case they bring a knife. Most people either is going to sucker punch you, or they're going to be quiet. Never let any person into your personal space. Your personal space should be 3 feet to 5 feet. Nobody in that bubble. Unless it's children or your spouse or something like that, or your family member. But if they are a arm length into your bubble, they way too close. I myself have a technique. If someone is, let's say, they grabbing me, I go the back of my hand, the back of their head, and then my elbow goes to the carotid artery, and I repeat that as fast as I can. That's one. Number two, open hands. If you open your hands up, that's the universal sign, hey, I don't want to fight. But that is actually for you to grab, to poke. That is off limit when somebody is trying to attack you. Poke him in the eye, jab him in the throat, put your thumbs in their eye socket, slap up their ears, anything to get that shock, that shocking off. Then third is what you call underhook. Basically underhooking, or you can what's called seatbelt, which is one hand over the shoulder, one hand underneath the armpit, and then you can grapple. I'm a grappler myself, so my thing is always I'm gonna push you against the wall. But some places you just don't have that. For me, I'm comfortable enough to put you into my closed guard. And closed guard is just basically I'm on my back and I put my legs around your waist, and you are in a more dominant position. But I feel like if I'm on the ground and you don't know, I'm gonna go what's called half guard, and it's basically one leg in, hooking one leg out, and that's always a transitional position to transition. That's my comfort, is going to the ground. Because I have weight and I have size, and that's not a person that's going to bench 280 of a human being when they're pressing against it. It's just kinetics, really. If you can get locks, get locks. Even if sometimes I'll take a punch just to get control of the hands. Because the moment I get control of your hands, I'm going to keto. I'm going to do the locks that you see. Sometimes it's a hit or miss. A keto is a very fine line, and you either you got it or you don't. And if you miss, you basically telegraph what you're trying to do, and you only get one opportunity to do it. That situation with that guy, you just tackle. You tackle that person. go under their hips, drive that shoulder, drop them legs, and then you start climbing the wall, which is climbing their body. Cause most people go elbow, or they go to use their knees to what's called frame or plant, because that's how we get up. If you take away that, then they just really just like a dead person in a casket. You know, they just kind of dead weight. Most people abdominal is not that strong, and let's say I met people that's 150 pounds, but for some reason you can't hold them to the ground, and then you take a whole body limb, a whole person control one body limb, and another person control another body limb, and if you have 4 people, then you control body limbs. Like my whole waist would take like the left arm, then if I had another person, that person would take the right arm, and they'll drop all their weight on that in that section. If you can, and underneath the floating ribs, there's a pressure point. If you go palm in this attempt, if you go underneath the rib cage and you pull up, that's a pain compliance. That's a sure way for them to scream. Now for the crazy people, some people get high pain tolerance. I knew a person, and I still know a person, he doesn't feel pain. He has broken a leg and a wrist because he could not feel pain, but he felt pressure. And unfortunately, the pressure was so bad that it broke the body limb. There are some people you just don't know. You know, the stuff that will work on an average person is not going to work on a person that's doped up on PCP. But you got the throat, you got the ears, you got the eyes, you got the breath. If you can control those settings, that'll work too. What I used to do in jiu-jitsu, and people used to do to me, I used to cuff my hand and put it over their face and their nose. It's a dirty technique, technically, in jiu-jitsu, but it works fine in real life. And if they can't breathe, they can't fight. Now, granted, they can bite if you leave it the wrong way, but if you cuff it, and you cuff it over their nose, that's going to control. I'm very big into pain compliance move. If you take your finger or your knuckle, and we call it ippon, and you pull it right between here and press as hard as you can, most for the average person, that's going to stop. I had a client years ago that literally bit director of my company, and what technically you're supposed to do is like you feed into it and come out according to the self-defense stuff taught at work. But what I basically did, I put both pressure on the side of their jaw, between this jawline, and I put pressure, and then I put pressure right against the nose, and I put my thumb right there, and he released. It's just kind of, pressure points is, and of course grinding the temple, that always works too. But that particular person, and I still don't know what happened at that shooting, but I did see he got tackled. And if you tackle any person with their back, if your back is behind any person and you grab behind any person, they automatically at disadvantage, because we're a front forward people, we're not backward forward people. So you have any type of back control, you can control their shoulders or their hips. they don't have an answer. Only answer is to go from side to side or to flip yourself to get yourself in front forward position. That's the only how you can combat that. So there's different ways of doing it. And I'm not saying this from what I learned in class, or I watched some videos and I'm telling you, or we did some drills and I'm telling you. This is stuff I actually used to take down people who were either not compliant, or they fighting, or they had severe mental health issues and they were in crisis mode, which means they feel like they were going to kill you. And I've had clients that literally was trying to kill me. So I had to do what I had to do. And you know, and for some people, it's, you know, what they teach you, like MAT, CPI, all that stuff, it's very effective and it does work, but it only can take you so far, and you have to do more. And that's why I still practice jiu-jitsu, because it is the great equalizer. It equalizes all type of drama. It's the great equalizer. You know, it's the great equalizer against all takedowns and stuff. If you good on the ground jiu-jitsu, half of your battle is done. And then there's other stuff, and you know, any type of grappling art. Most average person can't fight from the ground. You know, they may fight standing up, or they fight taking you to the ground and they punching you while you're on the ground. But nobody, average person, don't know side control, underhook belly, seat belt. They made chokes, but they don't know transition drills. They don't know sit out, to turtle. Nobody knows that stuff unless you're in the jiu-jitsu community. So that's just a little bit of information. Take it for what it is. Have a good one.